But what is it
Right.
about people our generation or kids growing up
Mm-hmm.
where they get to a place where it's obvious to them that children
Yeah.
is nothing that they want to deal with?
Yeah. You remember when I said Cameroon is not far back?
Mm.
Um, the pursuit of financial gain, the pursuit of freedom, the pursuit of autonomy, the lack of sacrificing your life, giving up certain dreams of yours because other person to live. You know, I think we're all Catholic here.
Hmm?
What John Paul described as the culture of death, where everything is taking away life and focusing on you. Everything that matters in life is you, 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 and you. You know, self-centeredness and stuff like
Selfish.
that. It's part of it. You know, and again, I was going to tie this again back to social media. Do you know the messages that young girls get from social media or young boys get from social media? Um, for young boys, you have to get the most wealth in the world, sleep with all the women that you can have access to, never settle down, never have any responsibility, never have anyone depend on you. And what are women also receiving at the same time? You can be a boss babe, you can achieve the highest level of financial pursuit and career pursuit. Children are limiting to those pursuits, and you should avoid them at all costs possible. So all this is there any doubt why people are not having children and going to the extent of sterilizing themselves? You know, I think if you look at it, it's almost like people do not have the self control, and I'm not excusing myself from that. It's like, okay, you know that you cannot have children. Why not limit the things that will lead you to not having children rather than sterilizing yourself? Why going to a permanent extent of sterilizing yourself?
And that is what the
You know,
question is. What is it
like,
that gets you to
yeah.
a place where
I
you're
mean, maybe we don't
like
agree with condoms and whatever and all the um what did you just say?
birth control
Whatever,
things?
all the birth control things. Maybe we don't agree with it, but certainly the world doesn't share that, you know. But again, there are a million things that you can do to prevent not having children, rather than going to a permanent solution. You know, so people see it as freedom, but also if you look at it deeply, it's almost like a slavery to your instincts. You know, so can you know, like a woman's cycle is what, 28 to 30 days? How many? It's how many days within that time can you get pregnant? You know, if you do the math, it's not more than a week. So you cannot have self control within that time that you have to go to permanent sterilization. You
What
know,
if what if that 1 week is when I really want to be
right.
sexually
So
active?
you are a slave to your instinct. You are a slave to your instincts up to the point of
So
sterilizing,
I
permanently
rather just
sterilizing yourself.
eliminate. I rather just I want 30 days every month. I'll
Right.
pick and choose when I want to use it. I don't
Right.
want nature deciding for me. I don't
For
want,
sure. For sure.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're
But you
just
get my
looking at
point.
us and like these
Yeah.
people are crazy. What are they saying?
You get my point. The point is you become a slave to the so you're sacrificing your potential of having children to the altar of freedom, to the
Mhm.
altar of self-organization, to the altar of self-autonomy. You know, that's how I said. I know people look at it as freedom, but you're really a
It's
slave
freedom
to
at a very high cost.
at a very high cost, because freedom is not necessarily you do what you want to do. I think I know that's a permanent consequences. That's a permanent notion of freedom. But freedom doesn't necessarily mean that you go out there and kill anybody. Freedom comes with responsibilities. The freedom of not to have a child is it also comes with the responsibility of avoiding the things that will lead to having a child in the first place or the circumstances.